When people hear the words New York, they think of one thing: expensive. Sky-high rent, impossible home prices, a constant financial squeeze that never lets up. For millions of people, New York represents opportunity, but also pressure: financial, emotional, and mental. But here's what almost nobody tells you. New York is not just New York City. Outside the spotlight, beyond Manhattan, Brooklyn, and the commuter suburbs, there is a completely different New York. A New York where housing prices are not rising, but collapsing. Where demand is not exploding, but disappearing. And where living costs are quietly becoming some of the lowest in the entire Northeast. Not because these places are glamorous, not because they're trending on social media, but because people left and never came back. Factories closed, jobs disappeared, young people moved away, population declined, and when population falls, housing prices follow. Today, we're breaking down the towns in New York State that are most likely to become the cheapest places to live in the coming years, based on population trends, housing supply, job history, and economic reality. This is not hype. This is not investment advice. This is how affordability actually works. Town 1, Jamestown. Jamestown sits in western New York, close to the Pennsylvania border and far from New York City. And that distance is exactly why it's cheap. For most of the 20th century, Jamestown was a manufacturing town. Furniture, metal products, industrial labor. This town had a clear purpose. When those industries declined, the jobs disappeared. And when the jobs disappeared, people followed. Population dropped steadily. Housing demand collapsed. Entire neighborhoods lost value. What remains today is a town with functioning infrastructure but very little competition for housing. Homes that would be unaffordable elsewhere in New York sell for prices that barely make sense if you're used to the rest of the state. Rent is far below the state average. Property taxes are manageable. Basic services still exist. Schools, hospitals, roads, all built for a population that no longer exists. That gap, infrastructure without demand, is where affordability lives. The trade-off is clear. Local job options are limited. Career growth is slow. But the upside is massive. Housing costs that can completely reset your monthly budget. For remote workers, retirees, or people prioritizing survival over status, Jamestown is quietly becoming one of the cheapest viable towns in New York. Town 2, Elmira. Elmira is one of the most overlooked towns in the entire state. It has hospitals, it has colleges, it has rail access, it has a real downtown. And yet, housing prices remain low. Why? Because population growth never returned after industrial decline. The town stabilized, but it didn't grow. And when a town stops growing, housing stops competing. Elmira occupies a rare middle ground. It's not rural enough to feel disconnected and not competitive enough to become expensive. That balance is exactly why it's trending toward long-term affordability. You can live here, function here, access basic city services without paying city-level costs. For people who want city basics without city pressure, Elmira is quietly moving toward cheapest but usable, which is one of the most stable forms of affordability. Town 3, Binghamton. Binghamton used to be an IBM town. For decades, IBM shaped the local economy, workforce, and housing market. When IBM left, the city never fully recovered. That sounds negative, but it explains everything about the prices. Today, Binghamton has some of the lowest median home prices in New York State. Rent remains stable rather than explosive. Universities provide a steady, predictable rental base, and enough services exist to prevent total collapse. It's not booming, but it's not dead either. That balance matters. Cities that are booming become expensive. Cities that collapse become unlivable. Cities that sit in between often become the cheapest, stable options. That's why Binghamton is likely to remain one of the most affordable long-term towns in New York, especially for people who want stability over growth. Town 4, Niagara Falls. Yes, Niagara Falls. Tourists see hotels, lights, and attractions. Locals see something very different. Empty neighborhoods, aging housing stock, and prices that never recovered after industrial decline. Most investment stays near tourist zones. Residential areas remain undervalued. Population decline keeps demand low, even though infrastructure already exists. That creates a strange imbalance, a city known worldwide but priced locally like a forgotten town. As remote work grows and location matters less for income, towns like this become attractive simply because entry costs are so low. It's not luxury living, it's not trendy living, but it may be some of the cheapest housing still available in New York State with city-level infrastructure. Town 5, Gloversville. Gloversville once dominated the glove manufacturing industry. The town was literally built around that single economic purpose. When that industry disappeared, demand disappeared with it. What's left today is a town with an aging population, very low competition for housing, and prices that don't spike because nothing is pushing them up. This is the kind of town that affordability lasts, not because prices are rising slowly, but because they aren't rising at all. Gloversville represents a category of towns that stay cheap by default. No hype, no sudden growth, no outside pressure. For people who want predictability more than upside, this is often where affordability survives the longest. Town 6, Olean. Olean is small, quiet, and consistently affordable. No hype, no investors, no rush. And that's exactly the point. Towns like this don't suddenly become expensive because demand never accelerates. They remain cheap year after year because nothing changes fast enough to push prices upward. If your priority is low rent, predictable expenses, and financial breathing room, not excitement, Olean fits that model perfectly. Reality check. Why these towns are cheap. You are trading opportunity density for affordability. You are trading entertainment for stability. You are trading speed for breathing room. They are not hidden gems. They are pressure valves in an expensive state. And if New York expands remote worker incentives, housing grants, or population retention programs in the future, these are the towns most likely to qualify first, because they already meet the criteria: population decline, excess housing, and existing infrastructure. New York doesn't just have expensive cities, it has forgotten towns. And sometimes the cheapest place isn't cheap because it's bad, it's cheap because everyone else was chasing something else. If you appreciate videos that break down real economic trends without hype or fake promises, make sure to subscribe. Because understanding where affordability is going matters more than reacting after it's gone.